Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good evening. Yes, number three today. Feeling really excited about that, guys. Number three. Oh, crazy times. Yeah, we're going to get into it a little bit. Definitely going to talk a little bit about that. Man, going to talk a little bit about that congressional hearing. I mean, what else needs to be said, right? What else needs to be said? I mean, yeah, so what's going on? Alex D Vlogs, what's up, my friend? How are you? What's up, dude? Life is good, man. Life is really, really good. Absolutely excited about sharing a little bit about today's event at the congressional hearing with Jay Clayton, man. Really excited about talking about that. I hope I titled the stream the right way. Did I say this is our time to win? Our chance to win. The one would work. Yeah, man, life is good, right? Lots of things going on in the community. A lot of kissing and making up. I know, man. Absolutely. But I think when you have two back-to-back congressional hearings, Alex, and both of them just about say Ripple and XRP, you know, it's a pretty exciting time. Notorious, I need to get up with Notorious as well. TJ Jackson, what's good, my friend? How you doing, man? XRP Lava, what's up? How are you? Absolutely. So you get two congressional, back-to-back congressional hearings, and they both essentially say Ripple and XRP, right? It's about to get real. You know what I mean? It is really about to get real, guys. I hope you're excited about it. So, I want to talk a little bit about it. I don't know if I even need to play the video. I'm sure most of you heard the video from Jay Clayton. Anyone here not hear that video? Jay Clayton. I'm going to play it again. I'm put the Bluetooth on and play it again. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're welcome, XRP Lava. But wow, that was crazy, right? And it just, for me, it's just saying, Morris Prince C7, what's going on, man? Good to see you in the stream, brother. Good to see you in the stream, man. Exciting times. Definitely want to talk a little bit about that congressional hearing, especially given the fact that they were back to back. You know, Notorious is doing some crazy work. Have you guys checked out his channel? That dude can put together some crazy, crazy things, man. His production skills is at another level. But do you think the stock market needs to dump first? I don't, Alex. I don't think that it needs to dump first because I think that the market in the digital asset space is the market in the digital asset space, and time frame is around December or first couple weeks in January, around that time frame. I don't think they need the stock markets to crash first. I think that a greater mass adoption of XRP in terms of liquidity, the stock market crashing would certainly help. But that price bump, that 5, 10, $15. Never forget, Alex, that a couple of smart TA guys are planning on a 10, 15, 10, 5, 10, and $15, even as high as a $20, $28 XRP during this bull run. So three figures, that's a different thing. That's a different animal. But all the pieces are aligned. I mean, everything is put together. Everything is put together for it to happen. You know what I mean? Really, really is. Guys, please smash the likes on your way in. It helps with the channel, helps with the algorithm as well. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this is our time to win. This is our chance to win. You guys know that I say that in my outro, and it's really, really important to kind of get it up, to kind of get it out there that it is our chance to win. The digital asset space is our chance to win. And the timing, really, according to these guys in the congressional hearings, is upon us. Gosh, what did I watch earlier today? It was from Ripple. Yeah, that was a really, really good. It was a lady and a guy, and I forget each of their names, but I will find it because it is from Ripple. And I probably will start with that video because she talked about crossing the chasm, crossing the chasm, and I think it has to do a lot of it with the flywheel um, post on Ripple. But I'm gonna play that for you guys as well. Powers that be slowly letting the cat out of the bags. Absolutely, man. Slowly letting the cat out of the bag. You're right, 100% Morris Prince. Still way over the head of the masses. Absolutely. You think if they happen to accidentally turn on those congressional hearings, Morris, that they knew what Jay Clayton was talking about, the rails being laid, and it's here, it's happening now. I can't mention the company, he said, because I don't think it would be appropriate. Whoa, 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 whoa. Executive Order 13772, the dude who helped put it together, or essentially put it together, is, I believe, on the board at Ripple. Greg, somebody another, right? The real Rick G, what's going on, man? Good to see you in the stream, bro. Man, life is good, right? So I'm gonna play that uh first for you guys. Lady from Ripple. I mean, yeah, no, she was a lady from a company called Sealant, or she worked with people at Sealant. It's essentially a research company, and it came from this article, uh, I believe. Let me show you guys this. What was doing some stuff. Jared XRP back siege, absolutely, man. I think this might be my flow here too, guys. Like I think this might be my flow, to be honest with you guys. Like two streams, one video, one drive video. I think that's gonna be my stream. Let me see if I cannot find this, man. The real Rick G. Let me see if I can't find this. I think I can. I know you guys have. I know you've seen it. They talked about the Ripple posted about the the 20s, and this is the one I'm talking about right here. This is the video that I watched with this lady right here. It says the flywheel of blockchain adoption is in motion. Access key findings from the 2019 Blockchain and Payments Report and expert commentary from Salent Research, Alenka Relich, and she's with this guy from Ripple. But there's a video as well. I hope they didn't take that video down. This is, think about this. Start your week off right. We all saw this, right? The $47 trillion market expected to grow by 20 trillion, just a few dollars in the next 5 years. But I watched a video with these two on it. Oh man, I thought it was on the Ripple Twitter page. You guys, if you know where that video is, where did I just watch that? Is that YouTube? Oh man, that's gonna kill me. So it wasn't on Ripple. Oh man. I'm gonna have, what is the sound? Does anybody know where on Twitter that video was? The real G says, Jared XRP, what's up, fam? I'm exercising, making my body strong and mind sharp to live long and complete my. Absolutely, man. Hear you first, right? Man, do you got anyone of you guys know where that lady and that guy, that picture I just showed you guys without that research from Silent, what video that was? I thought it was on the Ripple page. I just watched it like an hour ago. Hmm. I just an hour ago. And I thought it was from Ripple, guys. I apologize. That's Clayton. Oh, that's right, man. I hear you, man. I hear that, man. Multitask, get it done, right? Oh man, come on, guys. There was an actual. That had to have been from Ripple because it said if you wanted to see the full thing, everybody's got Jay Clayton. Everybody's got that Jay Clayton thing going on, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me find. Oh man, come on. They take that. Wow. Oh man, I don't have it. I can't find it. But she said that they, because he asked her. So tell me, after all this research of the different, like she was into asking and researching from different segments of the banking and financial institutions. Oh, and that research, and she was showing the findings of the research, and I could have sworn it was on the Ripple's page. No, I don't. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Come on, you telling me there's no video? It was right here. There is no video there, and I just watched that. That sucks. Wow, sucks. That really sucks. Oh well. All right. But she said she talked about the bell curve. There's different phases in the bell curve. Because he asked her, so what do you feel like your findings from your research from this this group, very prestigious research group called Celent, CELENT, and because she interviewed vice presidents, presidents, different ages, different occupations in the banking and financial um, world, the FI world, right? And he asked, okay, so after you did all this, what did you say? What was your headline moment or your breakthrough moment? And she said, well, for me, it was like crossing the chasm. And she said that she described it as a bell curve. And when it comes to technology, generally it's the innovators, right? Far to the left is the innovators, and then it's the early adopters, then it's the early majority, then it's the major majority, blah blah blah, right? She said the hardest part to get to is to break through from the early adopters to the early majority. She said, she felt like we've crossed that chasm from the early adopters to the majority, or in terms of mass adoption, right? In terms of mass adoption, I thought that was phenomenal. I'm bummed out that I can't. Wasn't on YouTube. My Twitter feed, or it was just listen to it. I literally just listened to it on my phone. But I thought that was an excellent way to put it. Crossing the chasm. Yeah, Jared XRP said, I seen that chart, Siege. Yeah, so you seen the chart, right, with the bell curve? She explained that on stage at Ripple and how we had crossed the chasm. It feels like did they take that down? Definitely. From Ripple. Okay, this is your your Chatterley. She's going to be interviewing the CEO for MoneyGram. She's asking for questions. So if you guys haven't followed her on Twitter, follow her, Julia Chatterley. Chat ERLEY, CHATTRLEY. Encouraging, for people to ask questions, to turn in some questions that you guys would like to be. I can find it here. feel like I'm coming close to it. But I thought that was really, really important to cover Clayton. I feel like they took that dark. What the? Anyway, guys, we'll cover the next one. After Line is in the building. What's going on, man? You made it. Absolutely. Dustin Dio is in the building. How are you, my friend? Hard to say what Stella was going to do, man. It really is. Yeah, man. We're going to have a good time with the real Rick G without question. William Leather's in the building. How you doing, my friend? Exciting times we live in, Mr. C. Absolutely. December 13th, bro. That's when you feel like that market's going to start, Alex? Oh, right, man. Absolutely, brother. Peace, man. Absolutely. Love it. That's the portfolio. Tap the line, right? So the Jay Clayton thing, you guys have heard it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna play it again because I think it's really, really important, guys. 37 people in the stream. Please collapse the chat. Go hit the likes if you content and press that like button and come back in. If you haven't had a chance to sub, man, please feel free to sub to the channel. Let's see who had the best play. 1 minute and a half. It feels like it's about to happen, right? It really does feel like it's about to happen, right? So check this out.
Well, the SEC is one of a number of regulators. Moving to a different issue, this year Facebook plans to develop a new crypto. While the SEC is one of a number of regulators, the SEC and other regulators are working to be responsive to and innovative to market developments and trends like cryptocurrency.
And I appreciate the question, and the question highlights what happened with that announcement. Whether it's, I'm not going to speak about the particular product, that's not appropriate. So, but the announcement focal point for regulators of different types to recognize the digitization of the plumbing and other aspects of our financial system, including payment transfers, etc. It is coming. What I would say, just the natural economic forces on leashes, taking fat out of the system, for lack of a better term. It's happening. Now we have to recognize that that's happening. Recognize our mission: safety and soundness, investor protection, fair markets, and ensure that as that digitization takes place, we're being true to those principles. But we should not be fighting that digitization, because if we fight it, it will go around us.
Well, thank you. That mirrors my feelings on it, and I assume that when you say it is coming,
I'm sorry, Senator, it's here.
This year.
It's here. It is here already.
Yeah, I see. It's here. Yeah, it is here. And as I have said many times,
It is here, right? It is here. It is upon us. And, right, they will go around us. They will go around us. Think about how powerful that is. And you guys heard me on the stream the other day. I said, I told you that whole MoneyGram thing, right? I'm telling you, the MoneyGram move that Ripple made was the start of it all. Because trust me, Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse was not going around. Just think about from the last 6 months to a year. You know how many times Brad Garlinghouse was on stage talking about we need regulatory certainty, with more regulatory clarity, with more regulation. In other words, that he was saying that he knows that they're dragging their feet and they're moving significantly slower than Ripple, is moving, right? And up until MoneyGram, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that could be kind of done, right? Because the banks are the banks, and the banks got to follow this set of rules, right? And I'm telling you, 50 people in the stream, 16 likes, guys. Please smash the like button. Collapse the chat real quick and smash the like button and come back into the chat. It really helps with the algorithm of the video and of the stream and of the channel. Definitely appreciate that, guys. Mr. Cattell, I'm telling you guys, Mr. Cattell said, and I did a video on this months back, and I titled the video, I said, shh. I said, Brad, shh. Mr. Cattell is speaking, right? Because I am convinced that MoneyGram move was all from Mr. Cattell. I'm convinced of it. I don't have any facts at all, but that is my gut. That's my gut telling me that it was Mr. Cattell that did that. And he said, here, listen, this is what we can do. Western Union is not willing to play ball. But who's number two? Who's number two? Okay, it's MoneyGram. And he said, okay, let's look at their numbers, right? He said, I've looked over their numbers. I checked their numbers. I know their financial health or lack of health. I know what's going on with the business model. They can use this thing, right? They can use XRP because they're a regular entity. And they can be kind of like the hub, the workaround, as David Schwartz would like to say. I'm convinced that once, the people found out about that, people from the SEC, CFTC, right, White House, Wall Street, once they found out about that move, and then found out how successful it was in the Q2 and Q3 reports from MoneyGram, all of a sudden you got to change your heart in Augustin Carson, talking about, the central banks need to take their role up. They need to really step in because we're the trusted entity and we can provide liquidity. We need to do more with these central bank digital currencies. Why? Because they know. And he's talking to the 7 or 8 major ones because he knows through MoneyGram, the medium size and the smaller banks will be able to get done what they need to get done and not have to deal with the ugly monster that is Swift. Right? And Augustine said as well, this dude said, they will move without us. If we don't move, they will move without us. And who do you think they is? Because there's more medium-sized and small banks than there are the big banks. And if the big banks don't have to mess around with the system that is Swift, and still get the work done that they need to get done for significantly less and free up their Nostro Vostro accounts, right? So let the big banks keep their Nostro Vostro accounts tied up. But the medium banks, small banks, we have an answer. In the Q2 and Q3 reports, it woke up everyone. Because if it was a big fail, Augustin Carson wouldn't be coming out saying what he's saying. But they found the workaround, if you will. What's going on, Legendary? Absolutely tapped in line. Yes, they saw what crypto can do. Exactly. And they understand that Brad Garlinghouse and the people at Ripple got the blinders on. They have identified a problem in the marketplace, and they have a solution to it. They have a solution to free up $10 trillion in the Nostro Vostro accounts. And if you big banks and this monopoly that is the 7 or 8 banks don't want to deal with it because you're making so much money, you're benefiting from the old way, we're going to provide a system to the medium size and the smaller banks and work around you. And Augusta Carson and the powers that be, they realize that you don't think the SEC is paying attention, the Fed now, people all paying attention to what Ripple is doing as a company. They're going to get it done with or without regulation. It's going to happen, and they know that. That's why this dude Clayton said that they will do it without us. They will go around us. That's so important. They're saying that private enterprise, the private tech, right? That private tech is going to find a way and just go around and do it. You know what I mean? Crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. And I believe it started with Mr. Katal, Mr. Yoshitaka Katal, advising Brad on this move. Changed everything. Absolutely changed everything. Why do you think Brad said from stage, that they had, after this Libra announcement, they had the biggest signing of partnerships, actual production partnerships that they've ever had? Because like here's this Facebook that can go out and try to create something and work around the financial infrastructure. So that now they know that they need to get together with someone who's willing to get together with them, and that's Ripple. That's Ripple, because Ripple, can handle what Facebook might even remotely try to do. Right? That's right. They put the pressure on. That's right, XRP Lava. That's exactly what they did. They put the pressure on. And now it's just full steam ahead, man. Come on, guys. Think about this. Back-to-back congressional hearings. Let me see if I can't pull up Notorious thing in Twitter here. I am so bummed that I don't have that other one for you guys, man. Was he on YouTube or? We'll find this for you guys. Not the same Notorious. Let me see if I got a thing here. There it is. Okay, I got to make sure I got the right Notorious. Now I can't spell. What's going on? At one Notorious, or is it I? Let me play this for you guys. Stewart XRP's got a thing going on too. What in the world? Yeah, I'm not gonna play the full one. I'm not gonna play the full one, but I am gonna play this one here. You guys probably can't see it. Check this out. Connecting. Check this out.
We want a digital future in finance. And on with Mr. Foster, he and I have had a lot of conversations about digital currencies. Jay Powell just answered our letter on the idea of a digital token. And I think the concept's a little misunderstood. If we want a digital future in finance and we want to protect the preeminence of the American dollar as a reserve currency, this idea of a digital token is an important concept. And it's not anything except allowing our government to facilitate a blockchain transaction process legally in the future. We have Visa debit, we have MasterCard, we have SWIFT, FedWire, the ACH system, all true, all have private sector participation in them and government participation. But this idea that there's a new rail created that's a blockchain rail that both bank and non-banks can participate in to settle transactions through a token, it's coming our way faster than we like, perhaps faster than the 5-year time frame you outlined. So I do think it's an important issue for the FSOC to continue to Consider and also to have Treasury's view on, independent of what your agent over at the Federal Reserve thinks as you implement Article 1's power on currency.
The Taurus has been doing his thing. XRP, baby, we're holding future gold priceless without question, man. I'm telling you, it is out of control what's going on. And again, it's back to back congressional hearings where they're letting the world know by little tiny bites and pieces that we understand what's going on. And Ripple was saying, I remember Brad being asked on stage, with all the reluctancy and all the hesitation and all the kind of slow moving that's going on, and with the SEC and all these different type of things, how are you going to be able to still maneuver? And he said, for us, you know what? We're just going to keep our head down and we're going to keep pushing forward. We're going to keep pushing forward. We're going to keep signing more banks. We're going to keep, establishing more partnerships. We're going to keep adding more people to the ODL. We're going to keep moving because this is a problem. And this problem is a global thing. It's not just in the U.S. It's a global economic crisis. And they know, the people from Ripple know, that XRP can help with the liquidity challenge that is a global economic crisis, right? Perfect, stable, Sharpie genius. What's going on, my friend? I don't think I've seen you in the stream. 5 years. Yeah, it's now. It really, really is, and that's what they're saying. When the chairman, SEC chairman Jay Clayton, makes a point to correct the person from Congress and say, "Oh no, it's now. It's happening now." He made a point to do that. He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? He did not have to do it, but he made a point to say, "Oh no, it's now. It's happening now." Because in the end, the Fed, it's all of this is a banking thing. It's a banking thing. And the SEC, you can say they're wanting to do, they want to kind of oversee and make sure people are safe and security. It's a banking thing. It's a banking thing, without question. And when Facebook said, yeah, we can put something together, we can get this thing going through 2 billion people. Yeah, it woke them up. But not only did it wake them up in that regard, it woke them up into the fact that Ripple was immediately getting more and more partnerships. Because the Ripple net's a Ripple net. They can put it together. They can put it together. And the boys from the SEC, they hang out with the top 7 banks, right? They hang out with the people from the top 7 or 8 banks. You know that. So they know that this thing is coming. Ripple is moving forward with or without them. And I love that. Let me see what's going on in this chat, man. Win Mullet, what's going on, my friend? I don't think I've seen you in the stream before. Susan XRP lover. Katao is brilliant. Absolutely, man. He is certainly brilliant. Susan, great to see you in the stream. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Sir Captain Sticks, what's going on, my friend? XRP Vampire says they will flip the switch in 2020 for sure. I hear you, and I hope you're right, my friend. I hope you're right. That's right, the real Rick G. M. Evans says, you got it, Siege. Absolutely, my friend. The real Rick G says, I just know there's an XRP agenda going on undercover. And if you're strong and didn't bet the farm, sit back and chill and dream of what will soon be. For it's coming sooner than we think. Nicely done. Nicely done, my dude. On a great point. Captain Line says XRP showed them a little look under the curtains and they said, wow, okay, we will play. That's exactly right. Okay. I mean, think about 2 significant people in the financial world. Augustine Carson, head of the BIH, the Bank of International Settlements, said if we don't move, the central banks don't move, they will move without us. And then the chairman from the SEC echoes essentially the same sentiment. Think about that. Like they're saying we're fully aware. And if we don't get going, they will continue to move without us. They will work around us. And MoneyGram is a perfect example of that. Yeah, I don't know what's up. Mullet? Who's gonna do a mullet? Talking about a mullet when moon? Oh, it started with DAI. He said he's gonna grow a mullet when it moons. I hear that. I don't think I'll be participating. Right? So that's the deal, guys. That's what I'm saying. This is our chance to win. This is our time. This is our time. Even the SEC knows it. The great wealth transfer, right? We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in history, man, right? Guys, think about that, guys. Please smash the like button. 77 people in the stream, only 37 likes. Smash the like button. It's going to definitely help with the channel. Certain coins about to go away in 2020 under new regulations. That's a good point, XRP Vampire. That's a good point. XRP is not one of them. That is exactly right. I got to be honest with you. I'm looking a little bit into Tezos. I'm looking into a little bit of Chainlink. I think if Chainlink would kind of get under $2, maybe like $1.10, $1.20, I might seriously consider that. Especially because one of my favorite TA guys, the guy who makes his living off of TA, he said a lot of good things about Chainlink, and he said up 95% of it was from the TA perspective, and he did go over a little bit of the fundamentals. There at XRP, what's going on? Hyperledger, what's this Hyperledger? This thing being switches, man. William Leather's in the building. What's going on, my friend? Ryan Sagone working with the Faster Payments Task Force without question. That's exactly right. They are Morris Precinct. It ain't doing anything with price, but Ripple is going crazy behind the scenes. Absolutely. Celebrating, having private parties. Morris Prince. Babel Najee, true. They've been cooking behind the curtains. Absolutely. Good to see you in the stream, man. I don't think I've seen you here, my friend. And I'm not sure if that's a male or female, but I'm certainly glad to see you in the stream, Babel Najee. SJJ, what if they bait and switch everyone and Stellar is actually going to be the world currency? Something I often wonder about. It won't be the world bridge currency. It won't be the currency that is used as the bridge asset because Stellar doesn't function in that way. Susan XRP Lover says, I hope they do flip the switch soon. Many people are getting discouraged. Absolutely. And that's a game. That's a game I like to say that's being played, Susan. And it requires a certain amount of patience, right? I always believe that the three things that the Swell thing, the 3 points that they wanted to get across to the community and from Swell 2019 was knowledge, know what you hold, patience, and maturity. I believe that 1,000%. And that's what we have to have because that's the game. To win here, that's what's going to be required. You have to know what you hold. You're going to have to level up your XRP IQ. You have to level up your IQ in the digital asset space. And we have to level up our IQ financial space because that's just how the game is played. The more we do that, better we are positioned to strengthen our resolve, right? Because the more that we know, the better off that we are. And the less that we'll be discouraged, the more confident we'll be in what we hold, the bigger we'll begin to think about what we're going to do when it does move. The more prepared we will be when it does move, right? We'll have everything in order. We'll have our team will be set up, right? Everything will be lined up and in place. And when you're doing things like that, when you're in that motion, it strengthens your resolve, right? You walk with your head up instead of your head down. You walk in expectancy, right? You walk in expectancy. You're expecting this great thing. I love what Grant Cardone says, right? You got to increase the size of your think. In other words, you have to think bigger. But if you take care of all the 3 things that it requires to level up, it'll put you in that position. It'll put you in that mindset the step, your gait will change. The way you walk will change, right? You'll smile, right? One of the greatest things I believe people can do, is to give, right? The secret to living is giving. And so you're in the line at Starbucks, you purchase, the person's behind your coffee because you understand you're in this wealth mindset. You're in this prosperity and abundant mindset. One of the best ways to get there is to level up the thing that you know about the thing that you hold, right? And then there's no need for discouragement then, right? And if you level up the thing that you hold, you got to level up the things that you know about the thing that you hold, and then you can do that, right? I get excited talking about it. I get excited about it. Natural Med is in the building. How are you, my friend? I don't think I've seen you here before. The switch is institutional grade custody equals polysign. They don't use the ledger. Yeah, well, anything with PolySign is going to have something with XRP involved in it, in my humble opinion, right? So they may not, the institutional people may or may not use the ledger. I think everyone's going to use the ledger, and PolySign is not ILP. That's a whole another thing. Custody, absolutely, with PolySign. That is going to be their thing, Natural Med. PolySign, in terms of custody, is going to be their thing. But the ledger is a ledger, and it's going to be used by every single body, right? And the ILP is going to connect everything together. XRP Hodler, what's going on, my friend? Sup, Siege? We need not get distracted by the FUD and understand what lies ahead. The best utility digital currency ever. And I like to throw some R's in there, some extra R's, right? Ever. Without question, that is the deal, right? Digital assets. And I believe that they're going to do classification of these digital assets. Some of them are going to be currency, some of them are going to be utility tokens, some of them are going to be deemed commodities, whatever it might be. We're gonna get that clarity without question. XRP is going to be the chosen one. Buy some ice. I'll still buy a waffle. You guys having a great conversation amongst yourself. I heard a similar theory that XRP will be like digital gold and stellar digital retail, small transactions, retail transactions. Yep. I've heard that as well. Digital silver. Yep. Hey, no worries, SJ. I know what you mean. Absolutely. Digital silver. I've heard that as well. 84 people on the stream, 46 likes, guys. I appreciate that. If you take a second and collapse that chat, go hit that like button. It helps the channel. If you haven't had a chance to sub, guys, please subscribe and ring the bell notification, which we're running to 5,000 subs. Rodney Baxter, what's going on, my friend? Manufacturing companies will be the ones mostly using VeChain. It benefits them by tracking their products. VeChain has been doing their thing. Sonny Liu is a smart person. Driven Bugatti, what's going on, my friend? Again, I don't think I've seen you in the stream. If you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, Driven, please do that and sub to the channel if you're liking the content, my friend. I did. I just downloaded the Flywheel Theory, Driven Bugatti. I have it up in the tab right now. So sorry if you already covered it. I haven't covered it though. Thanks for your channel. Oh, you're welcome, my friend. Yep, I have that. Hold on one second. Let me show you. Change this. I had it in my PDF. I just downloaded. The report is en route. What did I do with that? But yeah, I do have it. Oh, that's my other thing. I just downloaded that probably for the second or third time, to be honest with you. For like the second or third time I've downloaded that thing. It's a good read. It's an absolutely good read without question. I'm going to read it some more. As a way to level up, right? As a way to level up my XRP IQ, got to go through that, right? Absolutely got to go through that. 300 plus employees tap the line. Who's that? Ripple? Alan Glenn Bofengor. Hey, buddy, how are you? We do have a deadline. It's June 2020 when every country will have to be compliant with the FATF guidelines. That's correct. That is absolutely correct. Jermeel Jackson, what's up, my brother? This thing jumps like crazy. Much blessing. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that. Oh, there's a super chat. Like XRP Highland. Thank you, Martin. Thanks so much for the $4.99 super chat. Hope you got the 5 XRP I sent you the other day via XRP tip bot. I did. I think I did get that. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Great time to buy, in my opinion. Absolutely. Thanks for all your contributions. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here, bro. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Good stuff, Siege. Wait a minute. This thing just moved. Roblo 111. Good stuff, Siege. Appreciate your insight. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't had a chance to like and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. I would definitely appreciate that. XRP Harlem. I hear the Rick G is in the. Yes, he is here. Thanks for your time. OC Crypto. Thanks for your time. Love your channel, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here. Definitely appreciate you being here. If you had a chance to sub to the channel, if you like the content, man, I would appreciate that. And don't forget to ring the bell as well, man, so you get notifications when we do some streams. It's going to be 3 times a day. It's going to be a drive time video in the morning. To set, to make sure I take care of the people who like the driving videos. And then I'm going to do 2 streams, one in the afternoon, roughly 3:30, one at night, roughly 9 o'clock. That's right. Morris Prince C7 says, when you truly do the research, it's extremely hard not to know XRP is the one. That's without question. Man, real Rick G, are you dealing with 2-foot snow, man? That's right, Ronnie Baxter. I agree. There's something going on there. There's no reason with the fundamentals that's going on with XRP. Yes, sir. Sub, then notify. Looking forward for all your content, all the content. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, and I definitely appreciate you being here. Absolutely. Let me see what else is going on in the Twitter world, right? But here's the thing, it's time. It really is. This is our time, right? This is our time. Even the SEC knows, which means it is really our time to continue to level up. It really, really is. It really, really is. I was, you guys hear me talk about this book all the time, right? Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. It's really, really funny. You know what's funny about this too, Tony? Another book that I recommend or guide that I recommend is Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad Poor Dad. And he is not a big fan of the things that Tony Robbins teaches, which I think is pretty interesting. But both of them are great minds unto themselves, and they've established success in their own ways, but hugely successful. If you haven't grabbed this book, Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins, definitely want to. Warren Buffett is quoted in here saying, "My wealth has come from a combination of living in America, some lucky genes, and compound interest. Tap the power, make the most important financial decision of your life." It's been a while since I read this, so I'm reading Becoming Supernatural right now, but what's his name? Goodness gracious. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Joe Dispenza. But yeah, so it's time to do that, right? It's time to be prepared for the moon. Because my greatest fear, guys, my greatest fear is that, this thing moons and we didn't prepare ourselves properly, right? We didn't prepare ourselves. We didn't make sure that we had a CPA, a tax accountant. We didn't make sure we had a wealth advisor or two. We didn't check and make sure that we got our insurances in line and then check life insurance, money making life insurance products as well. We didn't do all those things. We didn't prepare ourselves, right? We got to prepare not just for the exit strategy, right? We got to prepare. What's the strategy? When we cash, not just when we cash out. Now that money's there, what are you doing with that money now that it's cashed out? Are you prepared? How much of it is going to be for you to have a little bit of a good time? But it's about having your money work for you. What's that plan? Have you talked with someone? about having your money work for you? Have you looked into Kava Labs? Do you know about the collateralized debt positions? Are you planning and preparing for that? Those are the questions that I would ask you, right? To be prepared for what's happening, what's about to happen. Jared XRP says, Siege, your channel is killing it. Just wanted to tell you, awesome live chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Jared XRP. I appreciate that. I saw someone with a D in here. Did I miss that? Dustin Dio. Snow sucks. I live in Wisconsin. When crypto hit, I'm headed to an island. I hear you, man. Which island are you headed to? Which island are you headed to, man? I know we're planning a trip out to Maldives, which is something that we've been wanting to do for a little while now. And we're going to stay a little bit longer than we planned on staying when it moves. You guys got some good conversation going on in this chat here. Let's see. I think I was buying another home and a new car. It says tap the line. Buying a new home, another home and a new car. Tap the line. Okay. Excellent. What kind of car? What kind of car? Where's that home going to be? Where is that home going to be? You know, we're looking at Texas. We're looking at Austin, Texas. We're looking at Montana. Those are the two areas you're looking for, kind of like a second, third home, winter, summer home. You know, that type of thing. You know. If you're planning on a foundation or you're planning to give me your church, have you thought about how that's going to look? Have you talked to them about what if I donate 100,000? How do I do that? What's that going to look like? What paperwork am I going to have to file? Right. The more you live in that moment, the more it can happen for you. Peru is the love of my life, says the real Richie. I hear that. XRP lava. I'm buying a huge duck club. I hear you. When Mullah says Belize, headed out to Belize, 85-year round, right? That's right. I heard a lot of nice things about Belize. Hawaii is beautiful without question. Motor Coach. Perfect, stable, Sharpie Genius says Motor Coach. Which one? Are you going to get a Newell Motor Coach? Or are you going to get, tell me, a Liberty Coach? Which one? I love the Newell coaches, my friend. Which one are you going to get? Perfect, stable, Sharpie Genius. Just another popular one as well. But I've always been a bigger fan of Newell, more so than any of them. Tell me about that Motor Coach, Perfect, stable, Sharpie Genius. Which one are you going to get? What percentage of possibility Ripple failed? What would have to go down to make this happen? I say less than 1%, me personally, and I don't know what would happen. I don't know. Because the president signed Executive Order 13772, and the guy who wrote it, is on the board at Ripple. Jared Kushner and his bud are in, if you will, with the people from Ripple. Doesn't feel like it could be any other thing in terms of this global currency that will act as a bridge currency. I heard Kime say a public good, and I don't know if that's going to be the ILP and the XRPL or just the XRPL. But I can hear President Donald Trump saying something like the greater good, gifting. Look what this company Ripple did. They gifted the world this ILP, and they have this thing that's the XRPL. And MoneyGram has been using their digital asset, and it's the and I've looked into it. I can just hear the talk from the Donald or from Mnuchin or from Powell, right, or from Clayton, raving about this U.S. company that has been regulatory compliant since 2012, 2013, and they have this digital asset. And this is what it's doing. It's helping to free up the Nostro Rostros, and now the banks can do more things because they got this Nostro Rostro freed up. Guys, can't you just hear it? I can just hear it. Sardinia, Italy. Okay, you're gonna go to Italy. I love it. Your husband's from there. Awesome, beautiful island. We were just in Corsica, not even a month ago, Susan. That's right. Dead XRP says the fix is in. They don't implement mistakes without question. We should take a trip, Siege. Where to? I don't know. Tell me, man. If you're talking states, I like Vegas. If you're talking outside of the states, I'm really excited about London, but I'm really excited about Germany as well. I like Europe. No worries, Moore's wife only drives. Oh, that's amongst yourselves. That's right. The debt-based system can't keep going forever. So, guys, this is one of the things I did. I showed in in the stream I did earlier. I want to show you this again. On my deep dive on China, I share this. And again, I first came across this from Sam I Am. It's To the Lifos on YouTube. And he said that this, I believe he said this came from someone called Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye, again, is probably one of these, the Bearable guys, the Bearable guy? Or the Ripple Riddlers or the Yo-Yos of the world. I don't know. But when you look at it today, and this came, he showed this, months and months and months and months and months ago, like April, May, if not even before that. You look at this chart, and I'm telling you, it's very telling. It says here to the top left, behind the curtain, what's happening right now. Here's an interesting thing. Check this out, guys. Mr. Trump, Xi, and Putin are ready to push the plan faster than the plan rolls out. The better. Also, let me read that again. Mr. Trump, Xi, and Putin are ready to push the plan. The faster the plan rolls out, the better. Nobody will control the new financial system. Interesting. SWIFT system soon to be replaced. Anyone doubting that the SWIFT system is soon to be replaced? Anyone doubting that Trump and Xi and Putin kind of got something going on? They're telling us one thing in front of the cameras, but they're doing another thing, quite the other thing on the other side of the camera. It won't be there for long. Before 2020 or by 2020. Wow, that's coming up. Change of structure will absolutely occur. Digital credit, in parentheses, it says trusted liquidity, will soon be injected, which will be XRP. Okay, they got SWIFT here, they got HSBC, and they got AIIB, which is the Asian Infrastructure International Bank, I believe is what that is. Right, and so it got here transfer of system west to east, to transfer of the system from west to east. Have we not been hearing about China's central bank digital currency? And I just went that deep dive, right? Remember the deep dive about the renminbi being the 5th largest currency in terms of payments? And then I showed you that China and the UK have been working together for years with HSBC and AIIB. Think about it. I showed you some powerful stuff from that deep dive, right? I hope you guys check that video out. And then bottom left here it says HSBC, Hong Kong-based bank, plays a key role in transfer of system old to new. Liquidities are still flowing at the moment, left to right. The dollar system is now gone. However, fiat is here to stay. That's a powerful and intriguing statement. Dollar system is now gone. However, fiat is here to stay. It's an interesting dollar system now gone. And then down here it says gold is back. Haven't we been hearing all kinds of things, tons and tons of things about gold? Goldman Sachs talking about, you probably don't want to get into the bond market, you want to get more gold. We already know about all the nation's central banks acquiring more gold. Don't you think there's a reason for that? They're not just doing it because gold is back with his new friend, the standard of the new economy, XRP. Wow. Interesting. It's always so funny how, you have to go back a little bit, whether it's months or even years, and bring it back to today and see how relevant it is. It's always interesting to me how that plays out like that. Gold-based XRP (parentheses true liquidity) as real-time settlement. Gold-based. Right, so I said it on my video earlier today. It's this base, there's this bat, there's this pegging. Now I'm hearing more of the gold-based XRP, true liquidity as real-time settlement. The beginning of the quantum financial system, a new system, before or by 2020. I have to look into what CIPS is. I don't remember what that is. AIIB got an arrow. Use of CIPS. Interesting that this has come out months and months and months and months and months ago. But how more and more is making more sense. Is that not right? I don't know who made the chart XRP Lava. I know that To the Lifeboat said it was someone called Marvin Gaye. He was calling himself Marvin Gaye, either on YouTube or Twitter. And he kind of comes and goes into the community. Tyler Tucker, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you in the stream. Really? Jared XRP says Siege. A lot of financial risk analysts are saying things will hit the fan around January 14th of 2020. Wow. Imagine if that is accurate. And this is right around the time that the market, this is a very interesting time frame because the TA guys have, who do their homework on TA says the historical markets for digital assets, this historical end of a bull market and start a bear market, or the end of a bear market and start a bull market, right? Is typically in the December, January timeframe. Well, for us, this is going to be the ending of a bear market and starting a bull market in December or January. And typically, according to historical data on the digital asset space, the bull runs last for about a year or so, and the bear runs last for about 2 years or so. And my guess is, since this bear run has lasted a little bit longer than 2 years, that the bull run is probably going to do the same thing. Dustin Hoffman, that's interesting. What if the elites are creating this divide in the community by buying out some of these YouTube content providers to get a lot of us retail investors out? Seems fishy. Where is that taking place? I haven't heard about that, Dustin. Tell me more about that. You said buying out some of these YouTube content providers. Tap the line. If XRP because gold base becomes gold based, what will happen? I don't know, but I'm thinking, when you think about this, tap the line, that we talk about that agreement that expired. It was a gold agreement, so maybe it's amongst the nations, the financial institutions, I don't know, but that agreement expired, and that agreement was essentially to kind of keep the price of gold at a certain whatever, and abiding by these rules for determining the price of gold. But now that that agreement has expired, now that the price of gold can essentially it can shoot. So if if the price of XRP is based upon that, right, because we all feel, whether it's the COMEX rule, whether it's some type of price set having to deal with gold or not is going to be established with XRP. But if it's gold based and they come up and decide it's that, no one's going to argue it. Like, the gold people aren't going to argue it because gold's going to be doing its thing. So if XRP is based upon that price of gold, that's a good thing for us because it's only going to go up. I mean, it's $1,400-$1,600 dollars an ounce now, right? Isn't that right? I believe that's what it is. Charlie G, what's going on? Yeah, glad to see you, Tyler. Glad to see you in the stream, my friend. Dustin Deo says, I think this next bull run will last longer. So much new money will start pouring in. Yep, absolutely. Gator the Pimp. What's going on, my dude? How you doing, man? C's been on fire. Appreciate that, bro. Oh, was Michael not playing nice? Tap the line. Perfect stable Sharpie Genie says, "Did you tell me about your motor coach, Perfect Stable? I missed it in the stream. If you told me which one, 10-year bull run if the cripple crap works." That's right. Rodney Batchelor says, "I think the banks in Europe, right, specifically Germany, right, being able to hold crypto starting January 1 will kick off the bull market." Okay, that's an interesting point. It kind of seems like it could be a culmination, right? A culmination of things. It could be a financial crisis. It could be the fact that Germany can start holding something, right? It could be the collapse in the stock market. It could be a combination of different things that set it all off. Charlie G, no, I did not hear that. Charlie G says, "See, did you hear on Twitter saying XRP is going to 2,000 by January of 2020 because world agreed to a set price?" No, I did not hear that. I did not hear or read that anywhere, my friend. That'd be interesting to see where that is, but I did not hear that. 2,000 by January 2020. Oh, that's right. Another thing happened in January, around January 15th, right, is that this litigation with XRP as a security, right, that court case as well. Yeah, XRP says, "Call me crazy, but all the crypto litigations seem manufactured to speed up the regulation process." That's a good point. What's your take on the flywheel theory? Well, I mean, Ripple used that as an analogy. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Because they also used to talk about, Dustin. They talked about the network effect, right? And so it's just a matter of the flywheel. It's just a matter of getting that into motion. But the fact of the matter is going to be there is going to be a bank A, there is going to be a bank B, there is going to be someone who's providing the liquidity or for XRP. Someone's buying XRP, someone's selling XRP, changing it over to a particular currency, right? But there is going to be, without question, those people, because I remember hearing this a while back from, I don't know if it was David Schwartz or maybe it might have been from Two Lifos, but Ripple has set in motion to incentivize the market makers and market takers and liquidity providers to incentivize them again, because remember 900 million XRP was sold and no one did anything with it. And so I could see them purchasing it at 22 cents, providing some liquidity, right? And then repurchasing, right, after someone buys it from them. Easily see that. Why? Because they know what's going to happen. Remember, they know and we know, but they know more importantly that Ripple, the company, is no longer providing the purchase of XRP over the counter. So since they know that, the people on the flywheel, the people on the Ripple net, since they know that, they understand that it's smarter to snatch it up now immediately after upon selling it. So they can continue to provide liquidity, but more important, so they can get it at the best price that they possibly can. They understand that there's going to be a buying pressure, right? There's going to be a buying and selling pressure. People needing XRP so that they can move some money. People snatching up XRP so they can refill the bags. And it's a network. And the reason why I like it is because it's a network effect. Once that flywheel gets going, it's the buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling and buying and selling. Right? And just like you and I have price points, so they know essentially they know by participating in the XRP ecosystem, it only benefits them. Right? They don't want people in the XRP ecosystem that are part of this flywheel to be hollowing like you and I. Right? They need people participating and providing liquidity and snatching it up and provide market makers and market takers and liquidity providers. Banks using the XRP, even if it's having to go through Earthport to do so, or even if it's having to go through MoneyGram to do so, right? And just like you and I, they will have these cash out points, right? But understand when they do put that, $5 sell point and $10 sell point for a million, that's less XRP that they now have, right? So they know that that process of buying and selling it is going to do great things for them, right? They know that, and It just makes so much sense, but it's just a matter of getting it in motion. It to me speaks so much to the Shane Ellis theory. It really, really does speak to the Shane Ellis theory. I was talking in the wrong thing here the whole time. Right? So it really speaks to that. So it makes sense to me. Have you had a chance to read that, Dustin Hoffman? You know, it's to me, it's no different than the kind of the same thing with the network effect. But the Shane Ellis theory, it speaks to that Shane Ellis theory as well, and that's why I'm a big believer in the Shane Ellis. I really do think that it can happen. XRP Cali Unit, what's up, my G? What's going on, my dude? How you doing, my friends? Good to see you in the stream, man. Tap the line says James P. They can only have some of my XRP at 2,000. He said I have a 10,000 bag as well. I got a bag set up for just when it hits 10 grand. I hear you. Tap the line. Good point. That's a good point. Be careful. They could offer 2,000, put XRP, let you cash out, then crash that fiat dollar you sold out for. Thank God for that's a good point. Thank God for Kava Labs. Thank God for the DeFi space where you can collateralize your digital assets, right? Collateralize your digital assets. Yes, when mullet. Doesn't a portion of XRP get burned with each transaction? It does. Morris Prince says, no way, how to like a mofo. 10K or bust. I love it, man. I love it. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream now. It's been over a little bit over an hour and 12 minutes, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I definitely appreciate that. Let me do some quick shout outs to people on the stream. XRP Hotline, I appreciate you being here, my dude. I'm a hoarder, so I can't let go of mine. I hear that. Rodney Baxter, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. That's the cash out in land, gold, silver, other crypto. No fiat without question. But what will be the Dustin Awesome said, but what will be the catalyst to start the flywheel? I'm not sure. It could be anything. It could be a number of things. It could be a combination of things. It really, really can. SBI, it could be SBI finally flipping their switch on. Morris Prince C7, I appreciate you being here, man. Boy Mullet, thanks for hanging out tonight, man. Rodney Baxter, glad to see you in the stream. XRP Lava, I appreciate you being here. Tap the line as always. Thank you, my dude. Alex D Vlogs, I appreciate you being here, bro. James P, thanks for hanging out tonight, man. XRP Lava, appreciate you being here. Susan, I appreciate hanging out in the stream tonight. Glad to see you in here, miss. Rodney Baxter, thanks so much for hanging out. SJJ, appreciate you being here. Charlie G, thanks for hanging out. Dalton E. Griffiths Jr., appreciate you being here, my friend. Tyler Tucker, as always, appreciate you hanging out. XRP Cali Unit, have a good night, my dude. Charlie G, thanks for hanging out. Jared XRP, appreciate you being here. Perfect Stable Sharpie Genius. I want to know more about that motor coach plan I'm getting. Check out the new old coaches if you haven't had a chance. Gator the Pimp, appreciate you being here. Dustin DL, thanks for hanging out tonight, man. Michael Young. Is that the Michael that was not acting right? Morris Prince C7. Well, who else we got? I think I got everyone there. XRP Hodler, XRP Mate. Appreciate you being here. Jag17, thanks for hanging out tonight. Objective Illusion. What's going on? I appreciate you being here. I like that. I got everybody. I think I did. Jared XRP, appreciate you, man. Brad Barlinghouse in the building, popping bottles. I love it, bro. I love it. I'm glad you came out and hung out tonight, man. Yeah, I think I covered everyone in the stream. Appreciate you guys being here. XRP Holla, thanks again for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Jamel Jackson, thanks for hanging out tonight, man. Always Gwen Boofunger. I appreciate you hanging out on the stream tonight. Driven Bugatti. I hear that, man. Hear that, right? Couple $3 million for Bugatti. Why not? See, make sure I got everybody in the stream. The Real with G, my dude. Thanks for hanging out. 179 Kevin is always hanging out, man. I appreciate you being here, bro. M. Evans, thanks for hanging out. Kava may become a beast as it looks to handle collateralized depositions for Bitcoin, XRP, Binance Coin, and Cosmos. Absolutely, man. Excellent point. Excellent point. All right, guys, listen up. Never ever forget this, guys. Never ever forget this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sideline? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought. The victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.